go. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back in business. All right, round 1 of the first loser bracket game of the tournament. Obviously, whoever loses this best of 3 is out of the tournament. Whoever wins this best of 3 gets to fight again in the next round. What do we have here? So, NTT, we covered them a bit yesterday, not today at all, because they got whacked in the very beginning of the tournament. Today, they are bringing double Kleber, Daring, and Gearing. Gearing is legendary. They're bringing double Moskva, both of which are legendary. One has the enhanced survivability expert. So you can see the difference in hit points right there versus no survivability expert. Interesting. Mr. Atlantis has a whopping 5,000 more hit points because of that. We have a legendary Des Moines followed by a Burgon and a Conqueror. And there you go there. Conqueror, you don't see it, is using the DCP booster in slot 1. Can I move this? There's the big brain moment, folks. Jeez. All right. For CI4, they are bringing with them a Kleber, another Kleber, a Daring, Harugumo, this legendary, so he's going to have all that 420 smoky smoke. Double Moskva, both of which are not legendary. An Ohio, a Conqueror, and then we've got a legendary Des Moines moving southwards to a cap. All right, here we go. Let's move off here. And let's see, what was I going to do? I was going to hit the M key for map so we can take a look at the initial decisions. It looks like both teams are favoring the C side of this map quite heavily, actually. We were going to have a daring staring fight. That kind of rhymes, so that's fun. But besides that, there's not too much else that's going to happen in B. And it looks like both teams are set to kite away from the A cap. That's going to be interesting because, I mean, when both teams realize that they're trying to kite away from each other, that's going to change things up, I think, a bit, huh? We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Both Darings using Hydro early on. Ooh, Kleber's detected. Let's go take a look at that action. As additional 20 is coming off worse for wear there on that initial contact. These two Klebers are doing a nice job of spreading the damage between the two of them, whereas they're also doing a nice job of focusing down one of the Klebers, who still remains spotted, by the way. Now, these guys are trying to go dark. I kind of disagree with that. I kind of think maybe this guy can go dark, but I think Deimos should stay on target. Both of them use their reload booster, but if they can get this guy out, that's a huge advantage early on in this game. So I dislike the idea of holding fire at that point. In any case, Harugumo does go into the C cap. And Aquatica does finally go dark. Quite low. What's going on at B? We've got the Darings both kind of... I mean, you got Bruv Hero like trying to butt touch the other Daring, get him off. You can see that both of them are now sitting on the cap. So, no progress there. Both ships on the cap there at C cap. However, Deimos detected. They're going to get the resets on the Harugumo, but here come Harugumo Torps. Is Deimos going to be able to survive this? He caught the first one, nice convenient gap, but look at how tight these second two are. He does have engine boost, he's able to just W away. He'll be fine, but that Harugumo got punished hard for his insolence there, huh? Quite low, still taking hits. Still taking hits. Now, if I'm that Harugumo, I'm not going to shoot anymore because I don't want people to shoot at me. Moskva knows exactly where that Harugumo is, popping his radar. All he has to do is go a little bit farther and he's going to catch that Harugumo. And the Gumo painted himself into a corner. He doesn't have an escape. Take a look. Right there. And he does kind of have an escape, but he's got an island right in front of him. Very good work by that Harugumo, continuing to stay out of radar range there. Also, I agree with the decision to stop firing and reposition. That said, we have some very bloody destroyers early on in this game. Now the Kleber is trying to go and support at B. And A-wise, there's not much going on other than entities gearing, backing into the cap. Moskva now backing off. Man, they almost got that Gumo. I can't believe they almost got him. Deimos getting hit down there, being forced to go in DCP. Gone now turning around. You know, I kind of feel like they had a chance and then they kind of blew it, you know? Like they didn't really push the advantage that they had up here. Now, down to the south, you can see the Kleber and the Daring working together. Persevere taking some big hits as a result of that. Kleber has some shots coming in. Nothing happens. NTT now kiting away from the A cap. Now that's going to allow CI4 to grab A. They don't have a cap. They have not been ticking any points at all yet. But they're looking pretty strong at A. And they're actually starting to come off pretty strong at C because NTT called off their push. Now Yandere Akagi wants to come forward and do something, but these torpedoes are going to make it very difficult for him to do so. The Brigand is forced to turn broadside here, do a bit of a game return, and he's possibly going to take all these torps. If not, I mean, this Ohio, I'm sure, is going to punish in a second. Look at this shot that he's got. It's a beautiful looking shot, huh? And almost gone. Feels bad. Carlos will dodge the torpedoes, but he will not dodge the Moskva's HE. So that means that push failed. Entity's push up to the north completely failed, has collapsed, and now they are once again running from the Alpha cap. What can Entity do now to get back into this game? Not take a torp here in the middle would help. Up the butt. Grove Hero is going to go down. This is going to be kind of... This is going to be kind of the end of the game, I think, for Entity. They really don't have anything going anywhere at all. And we can see the Kleber now as well, forced to back off. He's going to go down momentarily. And this game is pretty much all but over. There he goes. There he goes. And now Yandere Akagi is just going to keep backing up and get farmed. That's what happens with Moskvas. So he's going to go down momentarily. And then CI4 is just going to walk right into C cap. They've got the B cap. They're going to walk right into A cap. And this game is pretty much going to be over. Now, Kleber, for some odd reason, decided to come out and let himself get killed. Very surprised by this. As a matter of fact, if you look at the Des Moines, wasn't even expecting this. I mean, he's like, what? Trying desperately to not get Citadel, but you can see that Kleber just goes down to Deimos' Kleber. I mean, that just... I don't know. That was not necessary. That was a time extension if I ever saw one, guys. But this is pretty much all but over. Here comes the Conqueror shells into Coronix's Des Moines. It's going to burn out. There he goes. And, I mean, what's left? What's left? Conqueror, Gearing. I mean, this Moskva, Mr. Atlantis, is desperately making a last stand. But he's showing a broadside right now to that Moskva. Look what happened. He's going to go down momentarily. I think they've pretty much decided to wipe it. I think they've decided to wipe it. Probably saying good GG's in chat and all that. And they're going to move on. Remember, this is a best of 3. mean, wow, he's still alive. They're trying to hit me and hit me. Wow. I mean, wow. Wow. Finally, he goes down.
Our victory is in sight.
What does that leave you with? That leaves you with the Gearing and the Conqueror. And the Gearing has decided, let's just end this. Open up. He's actually trying to bait the Conqueror to go sideways to him. But the Conqueror's not having any of it. So, not gonna happen. And yeah, this was I would say a pretty convincing win on the side of CI4, huh? I think the big problem was up at the C-Cap, that decision to stop the push, to not go after that Harugomo is ultimately what cost him this victory, this game. Yep, and even Chad is catching up to that now, saying that Gumo needs to die. Absolutely correct. I'm also going to say we just need to end this so we can move on to the next game already. If this goes to Game 3, I want to make sure we're covering it. And if it doesn't go to Game 3, I want to find a Game 3, damn it. I think the Gearing's probably going to die first. Well, he just made Inky. But French radar is a thing. Yeah. Time extension as the Conqueror kills the Des Moines and gets Citadel slapped by the enemy Conqueror. So that happened. I'm not sure where NTT is from. And because these guys have... yeah, I don't know. Not sure. Alright, we're going to see a Conqueror, possible ram here, or drive-by. I'm guessing it's going to be a ram. As the Gearing... oh, there we go. Triple death pick. Alright, so we got that at least. Alright, CI4 is our winner of Game 1. Congratulations to them. And remember, this is a best of 3, so there's still at least one more game to come. Then after that's done, we're going to have to either do a Game 3 or find a Game 3, assuming one is available. If not, y'all are going to be stuck watching a replay again because we're going to have to wait 20 minutes until the next loser bracket match is all sorted. Okay, here we go. CI4 looking to 2-0 their opponents here, NTT. NTT looking to just hang on and force a Game 3. Remember, if NTT loses, they are done for the tournament. If CI4 wins, they get to move on to another losers bracket game that will happen, you know, in about 45 minutes to an hour. Maybe later, we'll see. Alright, so CI4 bringing a Kleber, a Daring, and a Harugumo, legendary mod Harugumo, I should mention. So he's got the long duration Smoky. They're bringing an Henri, first time we've seen an Henri today. Double Moskva, neither are legendary. Legendary Des Moines, a Conqueror, and a Kremlin. Moving on down to the south, we have NTT bringing a Daring, a legendary Gearing, a Kleber, another legendary Gearing, two Des Moines. I'm guessing both are legendary. Yes. Now, interestingly enough, Kironix did not take the radar module. Why not? I mean, that's a huge advantage. We've got a Moskva legendary and a secondary Spect Ohio. Wow. And a Conqueror with, again, the DCP module. So with that, here we go. Let's get into position to take a look at the setup. It looks like both teams are favoring the A side of the map. Daring is going in for NTT, going to get the early cap on the B. Makes perfect sense. And then we have Gearing, Des Moines, Conqueror heading to C. So basically both teams sending the token force, token kiting away force to C cap, as the bulk are going to A. All right. Let's see what happens as initial contact Kleber on Kleber action takes place here between Entity and CI4. Which Kleber is going to come off better? I don't know. They're both hurting pretty bad here. Both hurting pretty bad. Arquata continuing to shoot, trying to assert dominance there. He's got to be careful not to turn back into the torpedoes of that other Kleber. Well, they expired anyways. Now, the fact that he's not choosing to fire and the Hargumo's not choosing to fire means that basically these guys can just you can just turn right back in A and grab it. Daring grabbed the B cap on Contessa, so Entity starts off with the early point lead, putting a little bit of cap pressure on CI4 as, interestingly enough, the Moskva here for CI4 stopped. I think he wanted to get in position to radar the B cap, but a little bit too little too late, I'd say. And with that, Kleber is going to take... No, the Kleber's met again. This time the Henri is backing him up. That could prove decisive, as now the Kleber's forced off the cap. We have a Gearing Smoke Snail starting up. That's going to enable the Des Moines to shoot for free. All right, and now Kleber is going to take that rock with the Henri. And just like we saw with Resin, I'm curious what their decision's going to be next. You have to think about what do you do next after you take that, as Des Moines is caught in that smoke by the radar from the Moskva, and there's a Kremlin coming through. This could be a problem. Gearing manages to grab the A-cap out from under the nose. Or is he going to get stopped? He is on radar, and he is stopped. Nope, he does get the A-cap. Does get the A-cap. Here comes the next salvo. Koronix trying desperately to dodge. Dodges all of them. And this Kleber up to the north goes down. But the other one's going to go down too, so we see some Kleber trading going on. Interesting. Interesting. Now let's take a look at the Kremlin Moskva. These guys are so close together. They're spaced armor for each other here, as they just push through. Now remember, that Ohio is secondary spec. And there's also this Moskva over here that's going to keep these guys lit. Koronix and the Des Moines, not looking too healthy, but look at all the caps. All the caps right now controlled by Entity. Now that being said, CI4 is working on getting back into the A-cap with their Haragumo. So see the difference between the last game. There goes the Des Moines. The difference between the last game we covered on this with Resin. These guys won the island, and then what are they choosing to do? They're going to wrap around instead of stopping. At least I think. Not much else. I'm looking at the mini-map right now. Not much else is going on down there. Moskva ducks in for cover. And it's just... who's going to come out stronger in this engagement? Carlos pops his heel. He's getting shot at across the map. Here's the Moskva shooting him. I don't know if the Conqueror's got range on. The Mosca could probably be using AP here instead of HE. Regardless, Carlos, his heal is down for another 30 seconds. Remember, he's got that quick reloading heal, but it's probably not going to be enough. His DCP is active still, so he's immune to fires for a little bit longer. But all this fire, yeah. And with that, CI4 comes up with their, third kill of the game. So NTT's got the board position, but they are not looking too strong here with their remaining ship health. Kremlin coming around seems a little premature. He took some took some AP for it and took a bunch of tourists, but he lived and he managed to wipe Yandere Akagi off the board. So there's that, I suppose. And now the Daring is under radar control, so I think this is going to be done soon. What did I just do? What did I just do? No. I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button. Okay. Sorry, because of the fact that I'm figuring this is going to go down. Kremlin goes down, speaking of which, to the Kleber Torp. Very nice torp there. I'm just checking in to see if where we're at for our rest of the tournament. Repeat now, I mean, come on. He's pretty much, yeah. What can he do? He can load AP and try to slap the Henri. I mean, even then the Henri's got that spaced armor. Gonna go for the Des Moines. What's he gonna get out of that? Let's see. Nope. Just look at... Repeating, just getting Robocopped here. Look at all the fires coming in on him. Aquata trying to make something happen. These guys aren't done yet. They are still fighting. Repeating is gonna die here. He can't even DCP or heal. Ouch, he goes down with 3 heals available. Oof. NTT pretty much getting just swept off the board at this point. Aquata trying desperately to survive and maybe get a kill in the process. Atlantis now on radar by the Moskva. That's going to be oops. Deimos trying to go up and make something happen, but he ends up getting slapped by the Conqueror as he comes around that island. Oof. I think these guys know it's done. I think these guys know it's over. Aquata's going to go down here. There he goes. And then we have Mr. Atlantis going down. And that will do it. He does come away with the kill, but that will do it for this series. As CI4 once again comes away as a